Hello everyone, welcome to Powerline. I'm your host Sky Knight, and today I got a deck profile on a great nature build, specifically Leopold. That's right, Leopold. Now, this deck is a deck I used to play way back when. I know you guys are hearing the same spiel, but this updated version is a deck that I prefer to play as opposed to the Big Belly version or even the Break Red Legion. I think this one has its own its own particular strengths to it, and offers a level of consistency and easiness. I would say definitely an easiness to play as opposed to the others. So without further ado, let's get to it. My starter, Pencil Koala. As opposed to the Blackboard Parrot, this one offers more long-term benefits. I definitely do enjoy the extra 4K and the retirement mechanic that comes along with it, and the draw. So Pencil Koala is my starter. For the trigger lineups, I run 4 heal triggers. I run 4 donkeys because that actually is my favorite trigger in this whole deck. And I run 8 critical triggers. Standard lineup for most decks, I understand, but the choices are all personal choices. Next, for my grade 1 lineups, I run 4 of the new Perfect Guards. Why? Because I do counterblast a lot in this deck, and the extra unflipping is very helpful for me. I run 3 Duckbills. 3 Duckbills, why? Because honestly, I didn't have a 4th, and it turned out alright. The 3 was definitely good, especially with my other choices. 3 Duckbills to draw that extra card. It seems alright in my book. I run 3 Stride Enablers. Why? Just to compensate. The number seems alright to use. I didn't want to use up the other grade 3s in my hand as much because sometimes they're going to be on point. And lastly, Limit Break Enablers. I choose the Limit Break Enablers because regular Leopold's effect is really good. At the end of turn when something dies, I get to call it back out with Leopold's Limit Break effect. That's good. That means I'm wasting less cards in my hand, and that it's okay for my cards to die. They can come right back at the end of turn. So this is an excellent card to use. Now also going first, because a lot of people are gonna play chicken with you, and I hate chicken. I don't mind going first. So between Leopold and Leopold Reverse, between Leopold and Leopold Reverse, I have options now. There are things that I can do when I go first. I can hit my opponent extremely hard. I can combo with certain other cards and have my things die and get benefits and have them come right back. There are things I can do with this Limit Break Remover. So it is very beneficial to have this guy in my deck, and I always try to get at least one behind one of my Leopolds so I know I don't have to kill it off. For my grade 2 lineup, this is where it gets pretty interesting. Not really, kind of, sort of. The staple of the deck, what makes Great Nature what it is right now. Crayon Tigers, guys, I apologize for the light. I just got really bad in my room for no reason. Crayon Tigers, best card for Great Nature right now. Enables the extra attack and the extra draw with the power. Can't ask for anything more. Four set square penguins. I know I already told you guys that I had a problem with my counterblast because I'm always counterblasting for stuff. So this one helps with the unflipping of the damage, as well as give me that extra card for the draw. And lastly, I run 4 compass lines. Why? Because the grade 2, if I'm going first, the counter rush isn't so much because my grade 2 now is on 11k base. Yes, the downside is I have to lose one of my rear guards, so I'll probably throw down like a trigger that I'm not gonna need. But having an 11k is actually just very beneficial, especially when I need to attack for a rear guard using one of the Crayon Tigers. So Compass Line is actually a really great card to have. F4 may be a bit costly, but there isn't another grade 2 that I personally would want to run aside with it. Let's see. Oh, now up to my grade 3s. Sorry about the sirens, guys. They said someone was in trouble. So my grade 3s, I already kind of explained it to you guys earlier, so you already know. It is Leopold and Leopold Reverse. I don't need to talk about them separately because they both are needed for the deck, and there's no surprises. I'm running a Leopold Stride. There you have it. So for the Leopolds, I know I explained it to you earlier on why they're important. Again, they both serve early game. If I'm going first, if I'm at grade 3 first, I got stuff to do with the limit break removal behind me. Leopold regular is more beneficial to be on at all times as opposed to Leopold Reverse. Leopold Reverse is strictly there for its name, and if I'm rarely will I ride Leopold Reverse over Leopold for the crossride defense. I never really need it, but sometimes it is helpful. But then I lose Leopold's limit break ability to call back out a rear guard. But if I have a huge hand, that bottom ability is kind of the top ability is kind of unnecessary. So yeah, these two are very good. For the this is why I run the deck, because their abilities are both good in stride and out of stride. Their abilities are just beneficial. So for my grade 4 units, my G units, I run one Madew. Again, there are times when I'm on Leopold and I could use the grade 3 that I strode with back as an attacker. There are some games, honestly, where I have a really bad hand where it's mostly triggers after I stride, and there's nothing to put out with Leopold Chaser. So I might also just get Madew, go get back my grade 3, and hope for the best later. 3 Leopold Chasers. This is the bread and butter of the deck. This is how the deck functions. A lot can come out of it depending on the order that I choose at the end of turn. It gives something 4k, dies at the end of turn, then you go and get a copy of that card that was sent to the drop zone from your deck. It's a great card. Looks cool too. Again, I told you guys I'm a superficial player. I really do enjoy playing Leopold Chaser. Lastly, I run this dragon thingy, the Omniscience Dragon Managarmr, this is what I use to end my end games with the Crayon Tiger and with other abilities that I'll just throw out to try to make it work. There really isn't much to say about the card. This usually is how most Great Nature players finish off their opponent, is with this. 2 attacks that their opponents can't guard. One of the best combos that this deck actually has to offer is Leopold. And let's say... So let's say this is the field. 2 counterblasts. Stride into Chaser. So you go, you do your attack. You choose this guy. Actually, let's make it classy because that's what we're doing. This guy over here, and don't forget you need your starter. Haha. I mess up, guys. So this is your field. You go and you attack. The 4,000 from this guy, you go over here. Hit or miss, it doesn't matter. Then normally what I do is I go and I attack with this guy. Hit or miss, go and attack. Since I'm at Generation Break 1, this stands, it gets 4k. Next attack or last attack I go, and this happens. So at the end of turn, Leopold Chaser leaves, and now your order of events kick in. So for me, he would die. Now Leopold Chaser's ability kicks in, and I would go in my deck, get a copy of Compass Line. Leopold's effect kicks in since I got the Limit Break Remover out. Counter Blast 1. Bring him back. This ability kicks in. I end up drawing a card out of my deck, and I'm already ahead at this point. I got an extra Compass Line from Leopold Chaser's ability. Leopold Compass Line is back off on the field, so now he can intercept and use his ability. Since he already died, I don't have to use his ability to sacrifice anything because I sacrifice him to himself or to Leopold Chaser's ability. And then I got that extra draw. I got the extra draw card from this, and if I place this out in the field at the time this was out, I would draw an extra card. So again, the ability to just bring this guy back out is immense. That's why I like Leopold over the other builds. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. If you'd like Kaiser or myself to profile a deck for you, let us know again that at the comment section below. And you guys have a great day. Be well.